mysterious stranger with a forbidden weapon must defeat the martial arts masters.
Browsing the Fantasia program, you'll notice usually a lot of wuxia films. Now, wuxia is a genre popular in Hong Kong action cinema, often period pieces involving a lot of swordplay, and popularized definitely during the Hong Kong heyday with filmmakers like Choi Hark and John Woo tapping their toes in the field. But browsing the program, I noticed a film called The Sword Identity, directed by Hao Fangzhu. Notably, this man is co-writer on Wong Kar-wai's upcoming The Grandmasters, and that, I have to say, piqued my interest. And watching this film, you can definitely tell a distinct stylist is behind it. Now, Ryan, what did you think of The Sword Identity?
Well, you hit points that I did enjoy. Obviously, I was piqued my interest because of Wong Kar-wai's ties with him. Yeah. The movie looks absolutely gorgeous. Like, shot for shot, it's exquisite, really. It's honestly fantastic to look at. However, I think that's sort of saturated by the color palettes chosen for the movie, which is a lot of slate grays and just muted hues and things that really was just, you know, not that appealing to look at per se. So, but on a visual scale, enjoyed it. The movie itself didn't do a thing for me. I have to say that I really wish the movie would have taken itself a little bit more seriously. I thought it played a lot for slapstick and very like minor laughs and things that I just didn't find funny at all. So I was really kind of unsure where this movie was really trying to go.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned that, because actually during the film I was trying to get a handle on the tone a lot, because there is actually a lot of deadpan comedy and at the same time I found the movie weirdly somber in a way, like just how kind of slow it was, how kind of often there wasn't that much mobility with the camera, the music, the sound design, even the story itself. It seemed like there was just this mood to it the whole way through. But then, yeah, there is this comedy. And I think, again, but that's just what kept me interested. The formal control from the director, the cuts on motion, the sense of space, geometry. It really just, again, it kept me really engaged in that sense. Maybe the story is a little thin, but
yeah, I just think it's almost all for naught, because I can't bring myself to be fully on board with the movie unless it has a little bit of window to be let in for the storytelling. You know, there's moments where I just, you know, I felt completely closed off and isolated and just not involved in anything that was going on screen really at all, which was really just a frustrating element, really, in the long run.
And I do wonder, maybe it's just because I'm not an expert in the subject, if there is something, it has maybe more relevance to Chinese history as well. And I feel like there actually maybe is. But again, I'm not an expert on it.
No, I mean, neither am I. And but thinking about it, it's just, for me, the tone is just much too uneven, and it doesn't establish anything consistent. And I mean, watching it in the theater with a group of people sort of might have added clarity to it, because I mean, they were laughing at these points and I was like, oh, okay, but none of those things registered as humor for me.
It's funny, yeah, you do mention the Fantasia audience. I think they did swing my feelings toward it being a comedy a bit, because I think if I just been watching at home, I would have thought, whoa, this is a very moody, intense, quiet movie. But again, it sort of reminds me actually a lot of kind of the art house slow cinema films recently made in Asia, and specifically Taiwan and Thailand and whatnot. But yeah, again, on an aesthetic sense, I just really, really enjoyed it. Oh, it's my cup of tea.
I definitely agree with you on the aesthetic level. It's the best looking movie I've seen so far at the festival. However, everything else sort of just, the cons outweigh the pro in this kind of situation, so I would not be able to recommend it.
Okay, well, you make up your mind, audience.